What's good, Denver?
Good morning, Denver. How are you? We were off last week because I was in the Yucatán. My wife had some business in Mexico. It was beautiful. I will talk more about that later because there was a slight chance, better than 50-50, that I was going to get eaten by a crocodile, but I didn't get eaten by a crocodile. I'm here on the podcast. We got a couple of quick events here. Coming up very soon, we have Food and Wine Festival, which is going to be August 26th through August 29th. This is definitely my favorite festival. Talking to the good folks over there at the Colorado Restaurant Association, we should have probably some discounts and maybe some giveaways, so stay tuned to that, and definitely subscribe to the newsletter at realgooddenver.com if you have not already. So today we have very special guest. Today we're talking to Zach Daniels. He is the founder of Hammer and Nail. Zach, welcome to the show.
Man, I appreciate you having me. I'm glad you didn't get eaten by a crocodile.
No, me too, man. It was really close. Should I tell the story really quick?
You should. I want to hear this.
Okay, so here, had a nice little day planned. I was down there, a good friend of mine planned this great day. So we went out on a boat. We're in the Gulf, and we're fishing. We're basically line trolling for barracuda. And we caught like a dozen barracudas. It was awesome. Then we go to like this little sandbar in the middle of the ocean, probably 300 meters from shore, but it's probably 3 feet deep. And so we're chilling there, and there's a cenote that's pumping like fresh water. It was just a magical thing. And while we're there, our shipboat captain is like cooking that barracuda into ceviche. So we get back on the boat and we eat the ceviche. It was great. And so he's like, hey, actually, we're going to go see the crocodiles. And I'm like, oh, I don't know about this. So anyway, he pulls to like the shore, and it's the middle of the mangrove forest. Okay. It's like, it's thick jungle, and that's it. But they had crafted like a deck, probably, 4 feet wide deck. It's probably about 1.5 meters high, so that you can walk kind of above the jungle floor. And it's going by this river. And as we're going by the river, they're taking like the heads and the tails from the barracuda we caught, and they start slapping the water. And then sure enough, here comes crocodiles, 4 or 5, big ones. And there's, 4 or 5 of them, maybe 7, 8 feet long. And then there's the queen, the lady, probably 12, a gigantic crocodile.
Oh, man.
So anyway, you go to this observation deck, and they're feeding the crocodiles. It's insane. So we're walking back. There's one last one, and he's feeding this one. And there's a guy right next to me. So we're on the deck. We're looking over into the water. And the guy right next to me, the deck collapses, and he goes flying into like the jungle floor, and I'm like, oh my gosh. And now I figured in a situation like that, maybe I do something heroic. Maybe I jump down there and help him. I did nothing. I just froze, because right next to him, maybe 6-7 feet over, the crocodile starts lunging, starts moving towards him. And we're like, no. Everyone's like yelling, and the guy's kind of like discombobulated, and he starts laughing. I'm like, dude, laugh later, man. Get out of there. So he scrambles back up, and our captain just kind of shrugged his shoulders and was like, all right, let's go. And that was that.
Just like nonchalant, just like, this happens.
Yeah. Didn't even bring it up. Okay. We're riding the boat back. I'm like, dude, I can't believe that happened, man. That guy could have got eaten. But
that's crazy.
He did.
That's the craziest story I've heard recently. Absolutely. Like, absolutely.
Good times.
Yeah. I mean, now you have a memorable story for the rest of your life.
Exactly. I'm glad it ended that way. Anyway, That's neither here nor there. That's Mexico.
There we go. Just one of those situations.
Yeah. All right. Zach, give us an introduction to your business, Hammer and Nails.
Yeah, absolutely. So Hammer and Nails, it's a national concept. Roughly about 73 locations nationwide. We're bringing the first one right here to Denver proper. So Hammer and Nails is an elevated men's grooming shop where we're offering haircuts, beard trim, shaves, hand and foot care, and just more options than just the normal barbershop. One that really separates us is the experience. We're building a place where guys can come in, have a drink, turn off everything else for anywhere between 30 minutes to an hour, and just take care of themselves. And the goal is for them to leave better than they walked in the door. And I think that's the biggest part for us.
Love it. I love it. And it's the elevated haircut experience, for lack of a better word.
Absolutely.
Is amazing, because let's be honest, man. How many like real pleasures do we have in life? You got you got sex, you have food, and you got a new haircut. And basically, that's it. Oh, lawn care. We get lawn care too. So we got four
Not
things
this
that we
year.
can actually.
Lawn care is a disaster this year. It's just like, it's just not happening for me. I'm like, I need something else. So haircuts moved up the list for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, lawn care. Like you bring the weed whacker out and you create a dust storm. Like, yeah, so lawn care is out. We only have three things to look forward to in life now. But
No.
haircut really is one, man. You leave with a sharp haircut, you feel good.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think that's the biggest thing. I posted a video yesterday that Denver has enough barbershops. We're not a barbershop. I mean, you can get all the great services that a barbershop offers, but what we're offering is an experience for guys to literally go in and disconnect 30 minutes to an hour each service and just take that time for themselves. I have a 3-year-old and another one on the way. So now more than ever, I really have that feeling of like, I just need 30 minutes. And that's exactly what we're trying to go for on that side.
Beautiful. I love that. And you're in the thick of it, man. Congratulations on the new baby.
I appreciate it. Yeah, the shop's going to open and then 4 days later, the new baby's coming. So I mean, it's like they always say that a shop is like two baby or a baby itself. So we're just bringing two within a week of each other. I mean, we just didn't plan very well, but hey, we're fine. We're going to roll with it.
Love it. I love it. And there was like kind of a famous story of Jack Kerouac that when he had young babies, he would lock himself in the bathroom and read Shakespeare. And I never really understood why. I was like, why would you do that until I had young babies? And I'm like, oh, yeah, that's what you have to do.
I get it now. I get it. But my 3-year-old has learned how to open doors. So it's not helping out that much right now.
That's right. You're like, Daddy's not in here. Daddy's going to hammer and nails is what Daddy's doing.
Exactly. That's for while we're open, I'll be there every single day. So, and football season's coming up. I mean, that's our other little getaway for a little bit. So we'll have that going on as well.
Amen, brother. I'm counting down the days. I think my son, he plays high school football. It's his senior year. And so he's got a scrimmage on Thursday. I'm like, oh, we're back. We're back.
I know. It's so close. And I grew up in the South. So football is a religion. So I went to the University of Alabama. So football's a religion for us. And it's just one of those situations. Everybody, when I moved to Denver, was like, well, who's your pro team? You have to cheer for the Broncos now. And I'm like, we didn't have pro teams. My pro team's Alabama. So it's just like, we just got to figure it out. And I just enjoy watching the games.
Yeah. Your team is Alabama. Your religion is Alabama. I know how you Roll Tide guys are.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, if you think about Auburn, it's just disgusting to us at that point, and it's fine.
Well, I am envious. That's a very proud franchise. I love Coach Prime. I'm a CU guy, but CU's been getting clowned in the offseason because all of the receiver core weigh like 155 pounds. They're saying that looks like junior varsity team. Man. We'll see how Coach Prime does this year.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does well. I like him. I've always liked him, so we'll see how he does.
Totally. What brought you to Denver?
And so 7 years ago, we had the opportunity to open. I was working for more of a corporate office or a corporate location in Sarasota, Florida, of all places. And we had the opportunity to open up a branch here. And my wife at the time traveled a lot for work, and I would travel with her. And I had the opportunity to do that. And we came out here, and we had a 3-year plan. We're going on 8 years. So we've loved every second of it. We love the city. We love the state. I think my wife loves the seasons most of all, which is always nice. So it's one of those situations that we've put down roots, and now we have a family here.
Amazing. And so tell me a little bit about the Hammers and Nails kind of concept. Is this like a franchise, a national franchise type situation?
Yeah, so national franchise, they have 73 locations nationwide. Here in Colorado alone, we've opened the first location in Broomfield about 3 weeks ago. That's the very first Colorado location. And then our shop will be opening next month down in the Bellevue station area in DTC. And then Cap Hill will open up their location in December. So we're attacking this market from all ends in the last 6 months of the year.
Beautiful. And what's your relationship with the organization? Are you like a franchisee, or are you like more involved with the corporate side?
So a little bit of both.
Yeah.
My wife is the senior vice president of operations for corporate, so it is considered a corporate location because she is part owner. But I am a franchisee, so I will operate this location. The great thing about all the Hammer and Nails locations, they're individually owned and operated, so it's going to be a family business for us. So tied a little bit on both sides, but I'm through and through a franchisee and going through that whole experience right now.
Beautiful, amazing, and I want to put a pin in that and come back to it because I'm always tantalized by the franchise businesses because traditionally I'm a 0 to 1 guy. I do enjoy building the brand and doing all those things, but like that
Right.
also like extends the journey to profitability
100%.
substantially. The idea of a franchise of like being able to like invest in it's a complete unit. It's the older I get, the more interested I get in that. But we'll come back to it.
Absolutely.
I want to talk about the services because this is what's novel. Like you said, like you go anywhere, for a haircut. You know what I'm saying? But
Right.
like creating an experience where you have, mani and pedi situation, you have facial situation, you have waxing. Do you traditionally like that is? I don't know. There's like some kind of like John Wayne archetype of masculinity. Like I don't get that kind of stuff done. But boy, man, having like your feet nice, tuned up and cleaned feels
Absolutely.
great. Do you feel culturally like men are more open to this and susceptible or not susceptible, but accepting of it?
I do. And it's funny. I come from a very small town in North Alabama of about 6,000 people. And even if I talk to my dad still, and he still lives there, he goes, I've never had one. And I think more guys are realizing that taking care of yourself doesn't need a label. We call it a manicure, but we also call it hand maintenance, and I think that's always a big thing. We can call it whatever makes anybody like feel comfortable. At the end of the day, your nails need to be cut, your cuticles need attention, your skin gets dry, especially in Colorado, and feet take a beating. The guys in Colorado are so active, so skiing, hiking, running, biking, they take a beating. So there are those guys that will spend an unbelievable amount of money on their vehicles, their golf clubs, shoes, watches, and somehow putting lotion on their hands that's really where they draw the line. It's crazy. So I think some of it also is just getting rid of that weirdness around it. Nobody's asking you to become a different person by any means. You're just taking care of yourself. And I think the environment matters tremendously. If a guy sits down in a space that feels comfortable, have a drink, watch a game, and he gets his hands and feet taken care of, suddenly the whole thing becomes much more approachable. And I think that's exactly what we're trying to do.
Yeah, I can imagine. I mean, Colorado is, pretty open to this kind of stuff. Maybe in the South, they're like, oh, no one's touching my feet. That's sissy stuff. And it seems like that.
100%. It's 100%. That's exactly how it is. And it's fine. But I mean, especially out here, it's like one of those messages like self-care branded as something men opt out of, but Hammer and Nails creates a room where opting in actually feels normal. Like think
Yeah.
oversized leather chairs. If you want to have a conversation with somebody next to you, absolutely. I call this like a social club meets a barbershop. If you don't and you literally just want to disconnect, every chair comes with its own pair of noise canceling headphones that connect directly to their own personal TV. Watch a game, watch a show, watch a rom-com if that's your thing, and that's kind of like your guilty pleasure. Go for it. That's exactly what it's there for.
That's cool. Yeah, and I mean, especially the pedicure part, man. You got to take care of your feet. Like you said, people here are so active, and they spend a fortune on shoes. And a lot of times, what I found, it's like the calves need the work and the big calluses. I mean, I've been doing barefoot sports for the last 15 years, whether it's jujitsu or capoeira, MMA in general, Muay Thai
Right.
and boxing and stuff like that. And, your feet just like take a beating, and
100%.
particularly like all the way up the calves, like that whole chain is like really important to service a regular service because we are men. We have to have like a foot mechanic. I got to
We
get
do.
my feet
Exactly.
serviced.
Yeah, it's maintenance at that point. Self-care
Yeah.
just kind of has like a stigma to it for a lot of guys. So we're calling it maintenance. That's all we're doing.
I love it. Yeah, just change it. Like I don't need self-care.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
So
What is
we're-
that about American dudes? It's part of like the stoic American like mythology.
It is, and I think it's just having that. I think it's just that mentality of trying to be a leader, a provider, both for family and work. And I think that's the biggest thing that people always go back to. And we just really wanted to create a space that guys can leave everything at the door and have themselves getting taken care of for the first time in a very long time.
Yeah. My wife was she was making fun of me last night because she's like, "You want to go for a walk?" It was like 8:30. It was getting cooler.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, "Oh, sure, sweetheart." And I show up and I had a 40-pound weighted vest on. She's like, "Why are you doing that?" I was like,
Talking about
"We got to get these gains. Like, what are you talking about?"
it's maintenance.
It's
100% maintenance, and that's what we're focused on. Yeah, I mean,
what am I going to enjoy? Like a nice walk in the evening? No. Where's the weighted vest? We have to be punished for this.
I know exactly, and that's just the guy mentality. But again, I think that what we're trying to focus on is leave everything at the door and let us take care of you for once.
Yeah. Well, I think like social too, like between TikTok and Instagram, like, barbers have done an incredible job of showing off their work. And so you start to see all these spa treatments and you're like, oh no, that actually is well worth the time and investment to take care. And, especially, I'm doing, probably 5, podcasts a week, and I'm doing all this camera time that like for the first time, it's like I really relate to the gals with makeup. I'm like, dude, if they just called it like man spackle, I would wear makeup because my face is busted. I'm taking collagen supplements. I'm like, how do I fix this? Because it's a bigger and bigger part of our reality that we all become kind of individual media companies, kind of.
Right, exactly. Face spackle. You might be onto something there. I think that could be the new brand for sure.
You and me, bro. Let's do this.
I'm on it. Let's go.
Face spackle. And you did give it instead of like a makeup brush applicator, it'd be like a little like orbital sander. So you put it on there, like really kind of sand it up.
This is just evolving more into a better idea as we're talking about it. So I love it. It's exactly what we need to go for.
A little baby orbital sander. This would be good. And it would need to be spackle because I'm getting some pretty deep lines, So like looking at these face treatments on your website,
Same.
I'm like, I need this.
The funny thing is that I'm glad you mentioned that because the face and scalp treatment is a brand new service that just rolled out nationwide on August 1st.
Yeah.
I had the chance to do that at the Broomfield location before they opened up. I fell asleep and it's very hard for me to take a nap. I was done. It was one of the most amazing services I've ever had.
Amazing. 10-minute conditioning scalp massage. That sounds great.
Oh yeah. I mean, and they transfer, like they go from hot and cold treatments throughout. So you have like the frozen globes that they rub around your eyes and your sinus cavities and everything. And just kind of like, I'm ready to go back. Yeah. Honestly, I figured like our female counterparts figured this out a long time ago. We're just so far behind the 8 ball on this, but it's one of those things that I will definitely have another one pretty soon.
Well, just like human touch, platonic human touch is not, I mean, if you're fortunate enough to have a partner, and you really love them and they really love you, chances are they're probably sick of you and they don't want to give you a massage. You know what I'm saying? And so, like you said, women know this intrinsically. They have all these different places where people touch them. I think it's one thing that I really loved about jujitsu, because it's the struggle snuggle. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're like, we're apes. So you like grab each other, but I don't roll as much anymore. So now I'm doing a lot more yoga, and yoga's the exact opposite. Yoga, you're on your little mat. Nobody touches anybody. Absolutely not, because you're all in your underwear. It's kind of awkward, So you need that place to have touch. So like for me, it's like I schedule massages all the time. Again, largely because I'm always working on my feet and my calves. But this is just another instance of like, okay, it feels great to get your hair cut, but why not just like enhance that a little bit and have a little touch, like have someone rub your head for 10 minutes? Amazing.
I know. And they use a CBD massage, like lotion on like for your extra scalp massage. It just automatically relaxes you. Then they wash your hair directly after, and it's like you feel like a brand new person.
CBD, massage, some bourbon. Dude, what's happening?
Like, why? Like, this is exactly what we're building this for. Like, for guys that come in and feel good about it.
Yeah, 100%. Now, the other thing that you guys do that's kind of novel is you offer memberships. Tell us about that.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we're a membership model, and I think that's always when most people think of it. And I tell every guy this: whenever most people think of membership now, we're in that subscription era where everybody has a subscription for everything. We're very much aligned with that, but it's the most no strings attached membership you can ever have. The reason we have those is we want our members to pay a less than retail price for their services. That's it. And your services or your membership include your services. So you're not paying anything extra. Like our classic membership, for instance, our founding membership is going for $85 a month right now. That's 2 services of whatever you want. Like you can choose any service. I believe it's like 10 different services you can choose. We're not going to tell you you can only get a haircut. If you want to get a haircut and a manicure, absolutely go for it. So it's the flexibility option, and I think that's always the nicest part. They're not locked in on anything. I tell every guy, if you love it, keep the membership going. If you don't love it, you can cancel anytime, and that's always the nicest part. You're just paying a less than retail price for what a haircut would actually cost in Denver.
$85 a month, and I could get 2 haircuts for that.
Get 2 haircuts. Yep, you can pick any service you want. You can do a haircut, a haircut and a beard, or a face shave, a haircut and a manicure, haircut and a pedicure, 2 haircuts. It's completely customizable every single month on what you need. And I think
that's a screaming deal, man.
I mean, on average, you're looking at $60+ for a haircut in Denver. Yeah,
at least.
If that's on the low end. That's on the low end for sure. So you get 2 for 85, and that's our classic. One really cool thing that we do that across the country at every Hammer and Nails location is we have what we call member upgrade days. So on Tuesdays, if you come in and you're a classic member, we'll actually upgrade your service to our signature service, which is about a 45-minute service in there. Add some finishing touches, some extra details, and that's just complimentary every Tuesday. We want to make sure that our members are getting some of the benefit of the signature services. We'll just complimentary upgrade you.
Incredible. Dude, seriously, a smoking deal. This is almost pushing Great Clips prices. You know, I'm a Great Clips guy. Typically,
no, we can't be a Great Clips guy. We got to get you in there for like a sports pedicure. You're on your feet all the time.
I'm saying, man. No, I'm definitely going to come down there because DTC is not too far. I'm in Roxborough. So DTC is just like I could just cut over past Park Meadows and go down there. And there is like a core power yoga over there. So I could just make a little afternoon of it.
100%.
But the problem is like my barber was in North Denver. But again, like here's the thing, man. And can I just put a gripe on the whole industry?
Yes.
I don't want to hear your life story, man. Like I was going to this barber. He was great. Really talented guy. I was paying $70 every single time I go see this guy. But dude, his life was a mess. And like every time I sat down in the chair, he'd be telling me some terrible date he went on with some goth lady or what. It's just like, bro, come on, man. Can we talk about hockey or something? Like, I don't want to hear your life story. That's my only problem with the industry is it seems like they're a little bit too chatty about their private life.
I think you can get to that point with if you're going to your barber for a long period of time and you already have that relationship built, you can definitely get to that point. But I'm in the same boat. I'm literally I've went and received a haircut as I was testing out locations because I first experienced the brand 3 years ago. I went out to a conference in California. Came across Hammer and Nails. My wife actually just recently started with a company. She goes, let's get you set up and actually go check it out. I fell in love from the first second I walked in. I was like, I love this place. I feel so relaxed. When I left, I felt better than I did when I walked in. And I came back to Denver and I searched high and low. Could never find any place like it. One place I went, I heard about 2 unfortunately failed marriages in the first 10 minutes. I was like, I don't even know what to say. I really don't.
Bringing me down, man.
No, my seat's not even warm yet, guys. Like, we just met. Like, at least buy me a drink first. Like, that's what we're kind of at. That's the point that we're at. Yeah, but yeah, exactly. I think it's just that's part of the industry for sure. But one thing that we're going to focus on is leaving everything at the door. And you don't need to hear our problems. We're there to listen to yours. Like, if you want to talk sports, let's talk sports.
Yeah, you sit down, they're like, your barber's like, oh, I'm suicidally depressed. You're like, dude, let's just talk about crocodiles, man. Come on. What are we doing?
I almost died in Mexico from a crocodile. I think your story might actually trump that for sure.
Yeah, but anyway, so I've been going to Great Clips, which is great. I'm probably paying like, with the tip properly, it's probably $40, so, and now, but there's a big problem with Great Clips. And the plus side is once out of 5 haircuts, you're going to get a decent cut. But once out of 5, you're going to get a horrific cut, and then all the others will be sub-average.
Yeah, it's and the consistency is always tough, and I think that's what's really cool about what we do is like not only like you are you getting an overall experience, where you're going to get an amazing service. We're putting together the rock star team to come in there and provide amazing services, but at the end of each service, you get what we call a care card. It tells you exactly what we did during your service, how we cut your hair, what products we use, when we'd like to see you back. You take that home with you, but that also goes in our system. So we put those notes in our system. So if you don't have the same barber the next time, or if you book with somebody else, doesn't matter. We still know exactly how you get your hair cut, what products you liked, and then when's the last time you came in.
I love that. That's huge. I mean, I think where Great Clip's done a great job is on the technology side. They have a
Yeah.
similar thing. They know what your thing is. It's printed out for them. So so you don't feel the pressure. That's the other thing too with a barber. My guy, I love this guy, but again, he'd be like, when was the last time you got your hair cut? I'd be like, I don't know, 3-4 weeks ago. He's like, I haven't seen you for 8 weeks. And I'm like, dude,
Just
I'm not gonna feel
now
bad
he's
about
mad.
it.
Now he's mad. My biggest thing is like whenever you sit down, like, okay, what do we want to do today? I have no idea. I don't know. My hair grows fast. Let's like, I trust you. That's why I'm here. And that's the biggest thing for me.
100%. Yeah. So that's great. You don't have to feel. It's like I'll be loyal to a place. That's fine, but like, don't make me feel bad if I got to go somewhere else. So like if you have that, then anybody can get down and be like, oh, okay, I see what you got last time. Like, let's see what's going on with your head today, and maybe I can replace that experience for you. The other thing is like the check-in process. I think is really cool. Where it's really easy to schedule a cut with Great Clips. Which I think has been solid because, what's the booking platform? Is it novel for Hammer and Nails, or you guys use like Schedule City or?
We actually use Zenoti. Zenoti's our booking platform. That's kind of a nationwide thing for us, but we have a very easy, user-friendly app. Our member concierge team at the very front, that they're gonna be the first person you see whenever you walk in and the last person you see when you leave. Cool. They'll make sure that you're booked and that like everything is ready to go. So you can use a very user-friendly app that we have, or you can book directly in person, or just give us a call, text us. We're always there.
Yeah, I think that is kind of a point of friction too, because again, and I want to be sympathetic to people that are cutting hair because typically, they're trying to build their book of business and they move around to different salons, and I totally get it. But like from the user standpoint, it's like I got to find the date, the time, the person, their availability. You're just like, bro, I got a 2-hour window. I'm just trying to get my hair cut.
Yeah, exactly.
And that makes it really helpful.
Yeah, and I think that's what's the nice part because I've talked to a lot of people and they're like the way that our services are structured. A classic is a 30-minute service, a signature is a 45, and then our luxe is an hour-long service. So you select what you want. Like you tell us, hey, I have time for a 30-minute haircut. Can you guys get me in? Our members always get first priority on booking, so we'll always make sure that they have that if they're in a rush, we're gonna get them in there pretty quickly. We just want to try to make this like a less of a transactional because I think that getting a haircut has been a lot more transactional for a lot of men over the last few years.
Yeah, I love that, man. And with the membership, then you're incentivized to schedule it out, which is ultimately what I have to do because then your every 2 week cadence becomes once every 3.5 weeks, and then you look like a caveman, and you can't have that.
I know, and I think we're building a routine. That's the biggest part. Like we talked about maintenance before, the maintenance aspect of guys like taking care of their lawns, going like working out. They have a routine there already, but we don't have a routine for maintenance, for self-care. And I think that's what we're actually trying to put in place. The cool thing about the services also is if you don't use a service, like you can't get in there the second time in that month. They don't expire. They roll over to the next month. So you just have extra services that month. You can also gift these services out. So if you have a friend that you want to bring with you, man, let them use one of your services. Holidays coming up. I have no idea what to get people. I have additional services. There we go. I'm putting it on a gift card for them. That's exactly what they're built for. If they're your services, we want to make sure that you utilize them however you see fit.
So cool, man. I love this. That's great. Is there anything else novel about Hammer and Nails that's worth mentioning? It sounds like it's a very innovative company.
Yeah, I think the best part is like they're continuing to add additional services and try to evolve the grooming industry, and really give guys that time back. I think that's the biggest part that they're really trying to do. I always tell people the easiest way to understand Hammer and Nails is come experience it.
Yeah.
Because I can list off the services. I can tell you, hey, it's the barbershop with some extra stuff. But the experience is really the difference. You walk in, you're greeted, you grab a complimentary beer, wine, non-alcoholic drink, whatever from our bar. Sit down with your artist. Ideally, you'll have a real consultation before anything starts, and that's going to happen every time. You have your own chair, your own television, your own space. Yeah, maybe you're just getting a haircut, but you're doing, or maybe you're just doing like a haircut and a beard service. A lot of great beards in Denver. It's one of those good things. You're getting hands cleaned up, feet cleaned up, anything on that, but it's just, you can combine services on that side. So I think that's the best part is you just got to come in and experience it for the first time.
Get creative a little bit. What if we were adding to the service selection for hammer and nails, but we wanted to make it a little bit more Colorado? Okay. What what additional services can we provide? We already have spackle in the orbital sander. That's got to come to fruition.
Oh man.
What if it was like ketamine drip?
Which is a thing now. I mean, you might as well. It's just like if you're getting a manicure or pedicure, just go have a ketamine trip right next to you.
Yeah, ketamine drip. That would be good. You know, we're self-caring. We could do compression boots and cold plunge.
Yeah, absolutely. The infrared mask or helmet.
The red light thing.
Now, yeah, the red light therapy. Have that. Throw that in there. Let's just go. Like I'll see if we can put in like one of the cryotherapy units in the back and see if that's possible.
Well, they got the cryo machines where your head sticks out, so you can
Yeah.
you can get in the cryo with the ketamine drip and then get your hair cut. You know, maybe
Man,
there's.
I think we just need to create our own thing. Hammer and nail squared. That could be a different
hammer
option.
nails. We could be screwdriver and screws.
Yeah. There we go. Don't tell my wife this. She might get it. She might be like, you can't do this.
Phillips Head Brothers. Phillips Head Brothers. That's
There we
our
go.
thing. You know.
I love it. We'll
So-
stick to the tool maintenance side of things.
That's right. We
I
got
love it.
Recreational cannabis on the side. I mean, we got to go full Colorado here. You know.
Yeah. I mean, I know shrooms are
Yeah.
decriminalized, so we'll just have that as an option. A little open box therapy.
Yeah. Totally.
Whatever they want.
Gummies. It could just be like a bar of gummies and just all kinds of different drugs and vitamins because you need both to be truly a Coloradan. You have to have both.
100%. Oh, and then just the IV therapies outside of just the ketamine drips. Like we need to bump up our vitamins or we need to rehydrate. We'll throw that in there.
What are we
Can you
doing if
imagine?
we're not injecting vitamin C and B vitamins?
I know. Can you imagine just like walking in and seeing that? It would literally just be like tubes and everything everywhere. And some guy just completely zoned out because he took too many gummies.
Yeah, dude. You know what? Along this line, I've been looking at is oxygen workout training. So
Okay.
what you do, the idea is you fully oxygenate your blood, which you could have like a little tube under your nose, but the problem is you to fully optimize the oxygen in your system, you have to work out. So what it is, it's a giant balloon, like a 10-liter giant balloon that you fill full of oxygen, and then
Okay.
you put the mask on your face, and then you do like cardio. So like you like ride on a stationary bike, just sprint for like 15 minutes. It's the weirdest looking thing ever, but they're saying that like you have long-term VO2 max gains that are like 12% lift.
I'm just imagining a guy with a balloon jogging on a treadmill and the balloon just like bouncing up and down. That's the only
so-
thing I can think of right now.
It's so ridiculous looking that I was like, you know what? I would get like a membership to like Lifetime Fitness or something just so I could drag this in there and look like a complete weirdo. And people are like,
Oh,
what are you
man.
doing? But like, oh, what? You don't do oxygen workout therapy? Like, are you even from Colorado?
I know. Well, like, don't even go to the Lifetime Fitness route. Go to Planet Fitness. Let it like have them buzz the alarm on you because you have a balloon on your head.
Totally. Just wear like a button up and like gardening gloves on the treadmill.
Oh
You know,
my
like
gosh.
what's up with that guy? Like, bro,
Yeah.
we're optimizing health here, man.
I know.
Don't you
We're fully
understand?
Colorado. Come on, get it together. Like we like our IPAs, we like our gummies, and we like increasing our oxygen levels. Like what else?
That's
can you
right.
do?
Nice. You've been in Denver a couple of years. What is it kind of the most Denverist stuff that you've converted to? What are the big Denver things that you love about this city?
Man, honestly, like, directly across the shop is Bellevue Beer Garden, and then the dog park that's right next to it. We have so many dogs in the Bellevue Station area. I think that's the biggest thing that I love. We have two dogs. I've always been a dog person. I grew up on a 45-acre farm in North Alabama, so I always had animals. So it's not that I adjusted when I came out here. I just embraced it more. I was like, let's get another dog. Let's do that. Skiing when we first came out here, it was great. It was great. Loved it. And then traffic got to the point where I was like, I can't do this right now. Yeah. Especially with a 3-year-old. I was like, can't do it. And I was not a skier. We don't have snow in Alabama. It was one of those situations you just really had to learn. I think those are the two biggest that we embraced. We still try to get up to the mountains as much as possible. My wife loves to go see the leaves change in the fall, and I think that's always fun to see to go out with the kids and everything. But yeah, I think those are like the top three right there.
Dude, you're checking a lot of boxes here. Do you have a Subaru yet?
I don't. I have a Toyota.
Okay, that counts.
I know. I felt like he was good. I had a Jeep when we first moved out here, and I was like, this thing is terrible in Colorado. It just moves. That fiberglass top. So I think the next one, I just got to get a Tacoma. We need another car.
You got to have a jacked up taco for sure.
We'll embrace that fully. Absolutely. Maybe get a Prius in there.
And then a Sprinter van. Then you have to have a Sprinter van with the fly rods on the top.
Yep.
You know?
And then we'll just throw a couple mattresses there. We'll make it a camper van, and then we'll call it a day.
Of course. Then what about flannels? You got some flannel shirts?
I love flannel anyways. I had flannel before I moved here. I embrace it. Nice. Didn't use it as much in Alabama, but I mean, it's always hot. But there was a chance to have flannel. I had it.
Well, and you're not alone, man. I think I'm tapping out. You know, last year, I got a 4-pack, and I don't think we even went once. But for me and my kids, I've been a season pass holder probably my entire life. And last year I was like, man, I don't know. Let's get a 4-pack and see how it goes. And of course, we didn't really have winter last year, so I think I might be done with like snowboarding for a while, maybe forever. It's just I don't know.
I know, and it's just like it's so busy. We went to Keystone. That was our first. That was the mountain that we loved the most. So I mean, it was good to kind of learn on. I would love to have our daughter take lessons at some point, but just finding the time to actually get up there and fighting traffic. It's no longer just driving up on a Saturday and coming back. You're going up on a Thursday and you're coming back Saturday night because you don't want to hit that Sunday traffic.
Yeah, I agree. I'm thinking probably ice fishing. It might be like this. If we have a winter this year, maybe I'll just get into that.
Yeah.
You know, then you can just go up 285. You don't have to compete with like getting up the hill on I-70. And then it just seems like you're just kind of chilling and, you know, have a couple beers and fish in a hole. It seems like a good time. I mean, I've only been ice fishing a couple of times. But
I've not done that. That might be my next Colorado thing. I did take up fly fishing when we first moved out here because, I mean, in the South, I was just traditional, like cast reel, and I took up fly fishing, and I loved it. I mean, put a 6-pack on the bank, wade out in the water, and just hang out.
It's a good time. Absolutely.
I mean,
nice.
That's my release. That's my 30 minutes right there. That all I need.
Zach, this has been so much fun, man. Congratulations on your cool business. DTC. So there's Broomfield location. When is DTC open?
We are going to be opening next month. We're projected for September 19th. So our founding memberships will roll all the way up until opening day. Once we do open, prices do increase just a little bit. So lock in that best rate that we offer and get some really cool welcome gifts. I'm going to take care of the first service for those founding members, and I'll also upgrade them as well. So they'll still have their monthly memberships there. Or monthly services they can use. But yeah, so September 19th, Bellevue Station, 25 in Bellevue. That's exactly where we're at. We're right across from Bellevue Beer Garden. So we're doing a lot of partnerships with them to do some community engagement and really drive home what we're doing and meeting all of our neighbors.
Well, you know what? I think it's important, and I appreciate you doing that. You know, the membership, that's a smoking deal. People definitely got to sign up for that, and it's the kind of thing that you won't be sorry you did. And I know that because I have a sponsorship of a company called Taylor Style. I'll give them a shout out because they do sponsor the podcast. But It's a men's like subscription service for clothing. So for I think it's that one's like $90 a month, and they send you like 6 outfits, and then you just ship it back to them, and they ship you 6 more. But like this is a place where, you know, particularly with what I'm doing, you know, I work in media. I'm building a personal brand, as cringe as that is, but also just like professionally, I want to step it up a little bit, you know.
Right.
And with your guy, you're in your 40s, like I am. It's like, man, what are you just going to watch the water wash down the drain? You got to try and like stop the water, you know, as best you can. So like a lot of these kind of things, like self-care or things that maybe women knew about forever. I think men are coming around. I know I'm prioritizing it more and more. And to have places like this where it's like, man, it might be too much that I have to go somewhere to get my hair cut and get my feet worked on and having a facial treatment. But if you can just put it all in one place, that's awesome, man.
We're all under one roof. You don't have to go anywhere else. You don't have to make multiple appointments. You can come hang out. We've had guys across the country that will spend hours on a Saturday just like hanging out, have a drink at the bar, get a manicure, pedicure, get a haircut, beard trim, whatever. But for the guys that need to get in and out, we still have those 30-minute services. And I tell everybody, it's like an hour a month for our classic memberships. Like take that 1 hour for yourself.
Yeah.
That's all you gotta do.
Love it. Such a great idea. Best place to go is hammerandnailsgrooming.com to sign up for that membership.
Yes, sir. And then find our DTC location for those locations. And I work every single lead. I talk to everybody personally. So my biggest thing is I want to be a staple in that community. People are gonna know me. I want to know them. And we're gonna have a good time. We're gonna have a really good time doing this.
Amazing. We will link to all that stuff in the show notes. And Zach, is there a best place for people to connect with you personally online?
You can go to our Hammer and Nails, the Hammer and Nails DTC Instagram. You'll see me. I'm the typical millennial that has scrolled his entire life. So now I'm making videos. I'm in front of the camera, and bear with me. We're doing it. We're trying to figure it out. But you can connect with me. I manage everything on that side. But yeah, connect with me on any of our socials, and always give me a shout. I'm always happy to help and answer questions.
Great. Zach, thank you so much for joining me.
Thank you, Ryan. I appreciate the time.